Hello, everyone. I am Judah Bernard with the Rise Creating Your Voice podcast. I am the wisdom dialogue and the motivational warrior of the Rise Creating Your Voice podcast. I want to welcome right now on the set Justyn, who is BRAVESCAR and is at being BRAVESCAR on Instagram. He is a third-degree burn thriver. And understand, I said thriver, not a survivor, it's a thriver. And he'll explain that in more detail as we continue on with the conversation. He's also a Nike NTC personal trainer X. He's a mental health advocate and also an award-winning vlogger and director. And if you notice in the notes, he has coined accidents and injuries have an emotional as well as physical impact. And that's by him through the Scar-Free Foundation. So we're going to learn a little bit more about Justyn, and you can look at the Scar-Free Foundation at Scar-Free World. He's also an ambassador for them too. So he has a collaboration of things that are going on in his life. But I want Justyn to really identify with what we're here because we're actually on season 3, episode 5, and it's about problems, issues, and situations. And we do understand that the impact of the scar, it could leave some type of physical impact as well as emotional impact. So I want to first welcome him to the Rise Creating Your Voice podcast. And second, tell us a little bit more about him and also tell us his story regarding the scar. On to you, Justyn.
Hi, hello everyone. Hello Bernard. Hello Judah Bernard. Hello. Literally, this is our first time having a conversation, which is amazing. So excuse me for getting your name wrong, fumbling. Thank you for that introduction. Thank you for having me as well. I'm all the way in the UK, and you've summarised everything who I am in every. So I can't tell you much more. But so I. As you said again, I am a third-degree thriver, and the reason why I use thriver is because I strongly feel I've moved past, I've survived that. That's part of the story that happened when I was very young, when I was like 1 year old. So now I am 27, and I am living a really empowered, fun, free life, and I've taken this kind of like this responsibility, this mantle, this just existing being someone who wants to be very visible and show there's difference. So that's who I am. And I said again, I'm in the fitness industry, which is hyper based on image, hyper based on people trying to improve themselves. And I am also a filmmaker, so I tell stories. I tell real stories. I'm part of creating the new narrative. And finally, I said again, I have this kind of responsibility, as I say, just to live my life, exist loudly. So yeah, thank you for having me. And yeah, and I said again, thriver, showing that there's difference and showing that there's life beyond the scar. Yeah, and I got my scars.
So I know people want to know more about Justyn, and we'll call you BRAVESCAR for that matter. That what happened in that process? I know you said 1 year old. What happened to provide that scar?
Yeah, so what happened was, growing up, I grew up in a household where my mum used to like always wipe down the sides and soak cloths down. And I don't know, in certain households that you soak the cloths after you kind of use them. And I had a great childhood and upbringing, but there were situations in the house sometimes with which led to a bit of confusion and chaos sometimes. So I was just a very curious child, and I'm a very curious adult as well. I'm a very adventurous adult. So I must have turned a bucket over, reached up and pulled um, one of the buckets down that was soaking the cloths, and they had hot water in it. And this described to me, I turned my face, so the water went on side of my face, arm, chest, back as well. So I had to have a skin graft for my legs. So yeah, it was an at-home accident. It was nothing. It wasn't like purposeful. It happened. It was an accident. And yeah, so I was this is what I've got third-degree burn scars on my body, and it's just something that I've had to kind of grow up and understand and deal with. But yeah, it's happened. It happened from a pure accident, to be fair.
And in that accident, we understand that throughout life, you had to live with those third degree burns too as well. How was it as far as acceptance? Like if you were doing a gym class, and you have to wear these tank tops,
Yeah.
just seeing people going swimming, how was that emotional for you? Also, where it was a physical impact too as well.
Yeah, so I would say like I don't like I some of my memories are just like wanting to get changed quickly, like taking my top off and trying to put another top on or sitting down. I used to have to wear like an all-in-one surf suit. Not have to, but like yeah,
Yeah.
like I would want to like and it's kind of like also my mum allowed it because it's the judgment from other people. I think that she's trying to
Yes.
shield me and protect me from even like the picture of me on the beach in a fleece when I was younger. Yeah, I know this sounds really kind of wild, and I just felt I was probably better off that way. Um, and I think it was always shielding from other people's judgment of myself. Um, so yeah, my earliest memories of just always was trying to cover up, and it was a bit. I said again, it was a bit strange because I guess everyone felt that they could kind of show their body and stuff like that. But I might be jumping on a bit more, but I always had a kind of a personality where I used to just really bat it away. I always have like an optimistic personality. I used to have loads of friends. And I said again, look, my most visible scar is actually on the side of my face, which I've had some surgery on a couple of years ago. But yeah, so it was very much hiding away a lot of the times. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So in that heartache and the emotional, um, we know that you are someone who shows that scar now. So
yeah.
what was that process of actually showing that scar? What was that process of becoming who you are now, being a brave scar and understanding that, because I know in this world we have hundreds of thousands of people that have scars.
Yeah.
How can they adapt to their scars? Although this world is very judgmental, how can this world see people that have scars where they're not judgmental? And I've seen people with third-degree burns all over their body.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
know it may look different, but
yeah,
I want you to give a message to them that you're human too. So, what would you say to
yeah.
people out there? Because basically, things happen,
Mm.
issues, situations that people become burned. What can we give a message out to the world, out to the nation about this?
Yeah, you know what? Saying that, I would say two main things from what you just said stuck out for me, and I'm just going to blurt them out. I'm not going to try to make it all kind of structured and pretty. First thing, no, but honestly, first thing I'll say to someone because I said again, my most visible scar is on side of my face, and it's pretty small. And I've had instances when people have been like, "Oh, I never noticed that," or "Oh, I never knew you had that." This is friends I've had for like years, or people I work with for years. Whether they're being nice or not, I don't
Mhm.
know. But first thing I would say is that. Um, you've got to live, you've got to exist, you've got to exist anyway. I know it's super tough, and I said again, I speak from a place, I speak from a place of I can put clothes on, I can choose to show my scars if I want to, but obviously my most visible scars here. Some people don't can't. Obviously, it's in different places. You've got to exist anyway, and you're doing a fantastic job so far. Um, you've had happy moments in your life, you've had sad moments in your life, you've had people that have shown you unconditional love. You listen to music. I hope you listen to movies. I hope you hopefully find a purpose. You hopefully have a job or an interest. Zone into that. I think there's so much distraction, so much things that are scary and like hopeless in this world. But when you really always return back to saying things that make you happy and be around people that make you happy, um, it gives you that reason to go on a bit more. So I would say learn to exist and learn to find that kind of personal happiness. That's one message. Second message as well, which has helped me, is I found art in my scars.
Mm.
I found beauty in my scars. I am such a vivid think. I'm a creative person. So I have two photo shoots lined up with photographers who found me on Instagram, who I admire their work, and I see myself as many people may not, but this is something I'm saying. Um, See it as more than just a scar. See it as something which you can create from or create art from or like use it to fuel something. I said again, I've got this brave scar movement. Not everyone might want to do that, but I found some sort of like energy and purpose in it, which is endless, which is limitless. I'm thinking possibly maybe writing a book or something like that, or shouldn't I say, or a documentary. You may not want to do that. You may not feel comfortable to, but I found, do you know what I mean, a bigger purpose for it. And the third thing I would say is that first thing. So there's the two. The first thing I would say, how I found what message I want to give to someone is yeah, this is sorry, it's super tough. This is super tough because you know what? For the time being, I'm going to stick with those two messages. I'm going to reiterate them. I would say, but exist loudly, exist happy, find things that make you happy, and second of all, um, find a bigger purpose in it. Whether it's like use it to fuel the songwriting, use it to fuel something which can be bigger than you if you want to. Yeah, and those are the things I'm going to say to not waffle on to begin with, but hopefully something more. I'll be able to give some more inspiration with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that's like just living your life to the fullest, no matter what happens. And
yeah,
I think that's where we come about with problems, issues, and situations that we get stuck at the problem and we don't know how to resolve the problem.
yeah,
But sometimes the problem is us
yeah,
and we want to just stay in there in
yeah,
that problem. I know me, I don't want to stay in that problem. I want that problem to be resolved or come to a peace of mind where I'm okay with it. And as long
yeah.
as you're okay with it, don't worry about what everybody else thinks. So,
Honestly, but you know, as once you just said that, but you know, I feel that as well. Easier said than done. And I just want to let people know out there, and I think you'll agree with this. It goes in waves. You know what I'm trying to say? It goes. You can have, lack of a better term, relapses sometimes. It's not always going to
of
be
course.
this. It's not always going to be. Do you know what I mean? This. It's going to be this. It's going to be this. It's going to be this. And it's riding that wave. It's knowing that it's going to be like this, so you can prepare for that. You can prepare for those moments of I'm feeling crap today and it's okay, but that's not gonna be permanent. As you said again, don't stay in that. Try your hardest not to stay in that place.
Right.
Know it's gonna go like this. So preempt it, and it's okay. It's okay for here one day. It's okay. You just say yeah,
And the truth and transparency of it all, that we
yeah,
all, even people without scars, people with emotional trauma, depression, and things like that, we all go through these
yeah,
ups and downs and all that and
yeah,
stuff. But like you said, Justyn, don't stay
yeah,
in this constant thing. At
yeah,
least if you're here, come up just a little bit more. It can
yeah,
be like this. It don't always
yeah,
have to be up and down. So
yeah.
that's one thing is that I talk about in this podcast, that we want to continue to make sure that we elevate ourselves and celebrate
Mm.
the small wins. Let's
Yes,
celebrate
yes,
those
yes,
small
yes,
wins.
yes, yes, yes.
Whatever
Yeah,
that is, that small win for you, it could be just drinking water that day. Guess
yeah,
what? Hey, I
yeah.
did it.
Yeah, and you know what? Celebrate it and like build upon it if you can, if you want to build upon it. I'm trying to say, so like drink it one day, it gives the impetus to drink it the next day. I'm trying to say, build upon those small wins. Yeah, so I'll say that. Thank you.
So let's talk about the Scar Free Foundation. Tell us
Yeah.
more about that, since you are an
Yes,
ambassador.
yes, as I'm an ambassador. I'm ambassador for a few charities, to be fair,
Okay.
which I'm happy to disclose on. But yeah, Scarfree Foundation is a charity that was set up, like they've been going for over 100 years, um, and they do amazing research work around. Uh, like they partner with a lot of scientists, a lot of people in
Mhm.
labs, a lot of students. To their mission is to create a scar-free world, and I know that's kind of sounds a bit massive. I said I always say to them, wow, like that's a massive mission. But I think it's finding ways to um focus on the healing and from a more medical point of view, but also
Mhm.
they do a lot of work with ambassadors like myself, my peers around me, my like other people with scars, to really talk about the emotional side as well. So I've had some amazing opportunity with them. I've got to go to Buckingham Palace to celebrate their anniversary.
Mhm.
They've done photo shoots for me. I've met some fantastic people on the way. Um, and yeah, they're an amazing charity. And Amanda, who is kind of our she deals with the ambassadors.
Mhm.
She's phenomenal. It's not just a job for her. She says the highlight of doing what she does is meeting us ambassadors. So I do want to give her a massive shout out because she's an amazing woman. But yeah, they do amazing work, and there is a lot of money as well to help.
Now you say you several charities. So what are the other charities that you're in as well?
Yeah. So I there is a charity called Children's Burns Trust, which was set up by Pat Wade. She's a Essex she's a former Essex based nurse. She's been in the nursing for years, and now her daughter helps run the charity. They take young burn survivors, so 5 years old up to I
Okay.
think about 15 for residentials every summer, but they also do stuff throughout the year to really bring us all together from all around and like share together. So we do residentials. We have a week in a really plush place, and we have fun. And like I'm like one of the adult mentors that went along. I've only
Okay.
gone for one because of COVID, but it was literally a revolutionary experience for me going along because I got to see young kids who with scars and how strong and resilient they are, and they got to open up and be amongst each other. And I didn't have that growing up. I had no one with a scar growing up. So seeing that
Yeah.
and seeing charities that help really like it brought me to literal tears. Um, and then also Project Hurrah, which is an Ethiopian based charity that work with a lot of young people out there to help with medical. They fund medical initiatives out there, so they bring volunteers over. Um, yeah, so those are the kind of main charities I'm an ambassador for, all helping people, all to do with like changing differences and yeah, creating like a better place really, and that's what I really want to do, like create a better world.
Okay. With all this ambassadorship things and all that and all these charities, the charities sound great. Tell us about more of the personal training thing. I know you're doing it online right now, and you're
Yeah,
doing personal training, um, and it's by choice that you know.
yeah.
So my question is, what does that personal training looks like for you? I know you're into the calisthenics and things like that.
Yes.
So tell us something about that.
Yes, I think the personal trainer started about 5 years ago, I would say 5 years or so ago, and it wasn't even like I never even wanted to be a PT. I was never super into sport. I was very curious and active. No, no, but I had a very close friend. I have a very close friend, who is a PT. She's a female. And we grew up together, and she always used to take me to the park and do like little boot camps. But I was a little experimental guinea pig at the time. And I said again, I wasn't into sport at the time. I was a lot heavier than actually I am now. I was a lot heavier then than I am now. And I when I started talking about becoming brave scar and really kind of tapping into like changing myself, my body, and really connecting back with self, I was like, I really would love to help other people like feel confident and comfortable in their
Mhm.
body. And it all started from I really wanted to help people who are like me with scars because I know how difficult it is to feel comfortable and love yourself and love your body. And how that transpired was I was walking home one day and I saw this big mural painted on the side of a house in my local area of a local black boxer
Mhm.
who grew up in the area called Joshua Boatsi. And I was thinking, what is this mural? It's beautiful. It was massive, and it was of this boxer. And I done some research, and it was Nike. It was Nike. Obviously, that's the correct term for it. It was Nike. They were running a course in my local area,
Mhm.
looking for 50 young people to train up to be PTs.
Mhm.
So I went along, done the course, and for me, I said again, I've got a very weird relationship with the fitness industry and in my body image, as you probably know. I feel like a lot of people do fitness or get into look at the fitness industry for the wrong reasons. I think it's all about the slim way. I think a lot of people equate it to the slim waist, big bum, packs, all of that type of stuff, pushing weights, which is fine. But I think there's a deeper why behind everything, and I think that can get lost a lot of the times. So I really like to get the whole mental health side of it as well. I like to challenge people to do things which I never thought they could do because how
Okay.
it started out for me. It started
Right.
out me in the park doing monkey bars, and then now I do flips, now I do tricks. Um, it's impressive. It's impressive. A lot of people say, "Oh, how can you do that?" But I
Right.
assure you, it's mind over matter. It's training your mind to think I can do this. So I'm very much about this is probably why I said again, I'm not fully inside commercializing it.
Right.
Got the knowledge. I would say I'm a great PT, but I really want to take that time to develop a community, a project which mentally helps people as well, not just the physical side of it. So yeah, that's how it all kind of kicked up and started for me.
And I'm glad you went right into our next topic, which is the mental health advocate, being that provides a piece of preparing the mental health piece through physical readiness and also personal training. Let's talk about being a mental health advocate.
Yeah, you know what? I think being a mental health advocate is, I think, using your voice, using your moments to be real. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a cool title. It's a great title. You can scream back from the roof. You can do all the training you need to do. You can, but unless you're in the profession doing mental help each and every day, it's hard to say you're a mental health advocate, because it's like you're a human as well. You make mistakes. You want to curse bad words sometimes. You get in situations where you have road rage. I'm not this Zen person who's focused on mental health all the time. However, what I try to do is be real, and I try to connect with people as much as I can. So I post pictures. My Instagram page is not what you would see on a normal person's Instagram, and I know that because a lot of people want to show the best side at all times. A lot of people want to show their results. They don't want to show their progress. They don't want to show the tears. They want to show the smiley faces. They want to show the nice car. They want to show. Do you know what I mean? You want to show yourself winning rather than striving, and what that comes with. So I think that's what it means to me. Being a mental health advocate is making sure that I always let people know this is real life, and we are on a journey which can go up and down, and check back in with yourself at all times. Always try to learn who you are and connect back to self. That's what it means to me. Yeah.
And I think Justyn just solved it all in one plain saying. So I advise you guys to watch my season 1, that whole season, because he just summed it up to everything that I've been saying since day one during my season 1. Because what we have to do is be able to catch it, check it, and change it.
Oh yeah.
Knowing that we're going to continue to go here, sometimes you can make sure that in your downside, you can come up just a little bit. And whatever that looks like for you, it might be 25% where you're low. Come up to 30. Celebrate the small wins. Come up to 35. Whatever it is, just you if you come up 2 degrees, it's whatever. As long as you've come up just a small bit from wherever. It could be 1 degree. It could be a half of a degree of where you were. Just celebrate the small wins, because what we want to do is continue to be consistent in celebrating our small wins. So when the big win comes, we know how to celebrate it. Self-care is important. I see Justyn on Instagram all the time doing running and different things. Take some time out just to have a brisk walk. Or go in, just do something you haven't done before. Hike. Go out and try some new ice cream. Whatever it is to get your taste buds and all of that, your mind and stuff running, that's important. Most people don't do that. You're stuck in that consistent module or mode that you don't excite your body sometimes. So we need to excite
as well.
Excite your mind, body, everything. Like he said, exercise. He is a personal trainer. You go out and do something. You don't have to do just push-ups every day. Do a one-arm push-up. Do something different. Don't be so drawn in, oh, I have to do this. One thing that I've learned that when I was exercising, I'm just going to go back to it.
And that's fine.
That's my little slide spot. I'm going back into it. But I found myself trying to do things that were outside the normal. Because the normal was, do crunches, do push-ups. No, try something different. Do one leg. But guess what? Make sure that it details what you want to do. Because sometimes with personal trainers, and not saying anything about you, Justyn, they will give you, because I've had a personal trainer before, and they wanted me to buck up. I didn't want to buck up. So guess what? Our plan was all wrong. So then I was just like this and swollen. It wasn't a good thing for me. That was a lot of weight for me to be carrying around.
Exactly.
So you have to understand your process. You have to understand your body. And also your trainer have to understand your body too as well. So what are your goals? Make up your goals. Do what you need to do on every occasion, because guess what? At the end of the day, if you're paying your money or if you're investing in your health or your physical readiness, this is the time for you to take a part and be accountable on how you're going to lose the weight, gain the weight, build the muscle, tone the muscle, or whatever. And that's important, people. That's just important. I'm sorry. That's so important to me. So
it's you know that I agree, and it shouldn't feel like a chore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It should be challenging. It should be hard. Like
Yes.
I do feel like it does feel like if you thought this is not me, right? Or like I've got to do this, or like I've got to do this for this, it is gonna feel uncomfortable. It is gonna feel hard. No one said it's not gonna feel hard, but exactly what you said. I would say there's so many different ways to get to that destination.
Yeah.
Daily walks, like walking is underestimated. Skipping for 10 minutes is underestimated. And it's not about just looking good. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you look good anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? And if you want to look good, cool, let that be your goal. But it's the small daily things that will build up. It's the little daily habits. Go on the walk. There's finding joy in the small little things. So don't feel like a chore. A lot of things is easier when you can simplify in your mind. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That there's little tips and tricks and hacks,
Right.
which I might start sharing that on some content around. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. I echo everything you just said. I echo 110%.
Yes. And I think for me, just to the world, it's about being responsible and accountable for you. And that's some things people don't want to do. They want to put everything on you. But then again, if you take accountability and responsibility, if you're going to hire a personal trainer like yourself, Justyn, if they want to hire you, and like I tell people, if you're going to hire me, come with a plan.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who you are. I don't know what your eating habits when you go home. You might be Snickers down when you go home.
Yeah.
No wonder why you can't lose weight, because you're eating a Snickers.
Yeah. I hear it.
So be truthful with yourself too as well. And most people just don't do that. They want you to instantly turn them to somebody else. And it doesn't work like that, especially if you're eating unhealthy. Exactly. So are there any good languages or just something that you want to put out to the world, just who Justyn is? I know you said your Instagram before, but it is at being BRAVESCAR. And I know you have another Instagram page too. Would you mind sharing that?
Yeah, so I've got my fitness-based one is at the number 2 and then bravefit.just, JUSS. But if you start typing at to brave fit, I will come up. I've got like a blue profile picture. It's all to do, obviously, the brave. I'm keeping like the kind of brave brand, because my whole ethos, as I just said, is to be more brave in fitness and what you do in life and just how you approach life. So those are my two. And on my BRAVESCAR page, I do have a link in my bio which shows you a bit what I do and my work, and I also create vlogs and film content as well. So I've got some exciting things coming up around that as well. So do check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, so be looking forward for the collaboration with Justyn and myself on the film thing, because we're gonna push forward for that. So if you see me in London, know I'm there with Justyn. We filming.
Love that. Yeah. I studied film production, so that's kind of my main kind of trade and my main focus and my main kind of my love, really.
Yes. That's why I'll be there filming with them. So if there's nothing else, we definitely want people to understand that scars are just scars. The thing is, how do you adapt to the scar? It can be an emotional and a physical impact. And the biggest thing is having accountability and responsibility for whatever happens. And that can be a scar, physical scar, or it can be an emotional scar, which we always talk about trauma and different things too as well. But how do you plan on dealing with it? And that's the important piece. Are you going to let it mess with your psyche all the time? Or are you going to be allowable? Yes, we do understand from our standpoint, it's going to be some highs and lows. That's with any type of trauma. But the thing is, how are you going to maintain it where It's an even line where you can be okay with being yourself. And that's what it's about with the Rise Creating Your Voice is creating that voice so you can talk about it. Creating that space so you don't have to be afraid. Start joining groups. Start joining nonprofit agencies like Justyn with the Scar Free Foundation. This is important because we have to understand that we have resources out here. We have a lot of things out here. Is it going to be a great fit for you? We don't know. But if you don't try it, guess what?
Yeah.
You don't know. So I tell people at all times, because I used to be a therapist. Guess what? I was a good therapist, but was therapy for me all the time? No. Was everybody a good client? No. Because my thing is, with therapy, I thought my clients should do what I say do. Is everybody going to do what you say do? No. So taking accountability and responsibility for yourself starts with you and only with you, and start creating yourself just like Justyn did with himself and BRAVESCAR. That says it all. That says it all. And he has so many things that he's just collaborating with with his third degree burns Thriver, Nike NTC Pro Trainer, mental health advocate, award-winning, did I say that again? Let me say it slowly. Award-winning vlogger and director. And it's just, you can also, and I forgot, he's a qualified personal trainer, level 3. His interest is calisthenics. And see, I love calisthenics because it just gets your body going. Yes. That pumping sometimes can, be difficult, but calisthenics, I love the calisthenics part because it allows you to move more often and more freely.
Yes.
You're also a vegan.
Yes. I've been a vegan for about a year and a bit now. And it's been it's been very easy. It's been very easy. Like I can't remember much. I don't even crave like dairy and meat and cheese and that anymore because there's some amazing alternatives. I think 2021 is the best time to be a vegan, in my opinion. Obviously, I've only been born since 1993, so I don't know since that point. But I can see the world embracing difference, being more waking up. There's so much resources out there. Like you mentioned, say even as social media can be so damaging. You can see recipes, you can see what the supermarkets are doing now. You can see why eating not eating meat is might be better for you in the long run. There's documentaries now on Netflix. There's so much kind of like scope and resources and people out there who will help you, and people are more open about it as well. It's not this kind of taboo hippie thing, or like there's only one cafe. A lot of people are embracing it, so it's a different choice, and you can just try it. We've got the January as well, which is every January. So so do try it. So I am a vegan, proud of it.
And as you see, Justyn has selected so many things to do outside of just being BRAVESCAR. So take charge of your life. Take charge of your problems, take charge of your issues, take charge of your situation. As we close season 3, episode 5 with Justyn BRAVESCAR, we want you to know that we do send out text messages every Wednesday, and they're motivational text messages. You can text The Rise to 844-452-4110. That's 844-452-4110. If you are interested in looking at this on Sunday, you can go to www.therise.live because it will be in podcast format. We want to congratulate Justyn on all his endeavors. And I said, be looking out because I'm gonna see how filming and all that goes with him. And if you see me,
no, welcome. Yeah, let's do something.
Yes, definitely. Y'all hear it live here.
You got recorded. No, I'm ready.
It's recorded. You can't go back after that.
I know, innit?
No, but it's just great to see young African American men doing great things, and that's one reason why I want to bring Justyn on here because he's an African American man. He's doing great things, and he's just being a part in this world, and also being a culturalist as well in this environment too as well. So thank you, Justyn, for taking the time out to stop by and visit us on the Rise Creating Your Voice podcast. As we end here, is there anything else you'd like to tell them or anything you'd like to say to as well?
Yeah, no, well, I've got the closing sentence. One thing I would say is, I would say work your hardest, as you said for the whole podcast. It's going to be tough, but that 1% more, if you can give, do. Do you know what I'm trying to say? One of my favorite ever quotes in life is, "The sun will rise, the sun will rise, and we start again tomorrow." And that has helped me through a lot of times, because I just know, obviously, we don't know if tomorrow's ever granted, but for me, I just know that I can guarantee tomorrow's gonna be a new day, and I can start afresh. That's one thing I want to pat to everybody. Yeah, 1% more and hold on a bit longer. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed it so much. Thank you.
No, thank you. And as we end, always is, don't forget, all the way in London, once you see this, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell your spouse, heck, tell everyone, and we'll see you on the next podcast, which we have over 50 plus episodes. So definitely stay tuned, because I'm sure we'll have Justyn on again. Once again, we'll say goodbye for right now, but then again, we'll see you later on the next podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.